الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما. May Allah teach us what benefit us and make us benefit from what we learn and increase our knowledge. So we are now continuing to talk about the meaning of Surah Al-Baqarah. We are in verse 63 now. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وإذ أخذنا ميثاقكم ورفعنا فوقكم الطور خذوا ما آتيناكم بقوة واذكروا ما فيه لعلكم تتقون. So this is another side of the behavior of the sons of Israel, and how they, if this happened now, if what happened to the sons of Israel in this ayah happened now, all the people on earth would be believers in Allah Azza wa Jal. Because Allah Azza wa Jal here, He took from them the covenant, and they will later talk about the covenant, to worship only Allah, not associate a partner with Him, to be good to parents, to be good to people, to pray, to give charity, to give zakah. And they wouldn't agree. So He took the covenant and wouldn't comply with the covenant. So it's like if you are in the army, if you order them to shoot and they refuse, what will you do? That's a major treason at that time. You can't just say, oh, it's okay, it's whether you like it, you do it, you don't like it, you don't do it. So Allah will want to put His law in practice because it's the best for them. But He wasn't taking no for an answer. So what He did, وَرَفَعْنَا فَوْقَكُمُ الطُّورِ, He made the mountain lean on them. Either you do it, you will be crushed under the mountain. So if this happened now, how many will believe? And in spite of that, they made the sujood and they were looking up as the mountain falling or not. They were so worried the mountain would fall. If He promised you, if you comply, you will be okay. What to worry? You just go and pray, make the sujood without looking, is it falling or not. Like when Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, Allah ordered them to move from Mecca to Medina. And so the Sahaba, they just walked. They went out. Some of them had been, hurt. Some of them were stopped. But they were not like looking, shall we do it or not do it? Look, can we get away without doing it? So He made the mountain lean. It says, until now, they wouldn't make full sujood. So, وَرَفَعْنَا فَوْقَكُمُ الطُّورَ خُذُوا مَا آتَيْنَاكُمْ بِقُوَّةٍ. You have to be taking it seriously and apply it, and stick firm to it. Not hesitant, might be praying, instead of 5 times, pray 2 times and 3 times, I'd own God, fire, two prayer. Like people, one day I will be free and I will pray all what I didn't pray before. But how do you know that you will be free? Sheikh Yusri Jabbar, I was listening to him the other day, and he was talking about one of his colleagues. He wasn't like praying or fasting or something. He said, I will next year, I will go to Hajj and I will start fasting and praying and everything. And he died in Shaban, just a month before Ramadan. And he wasn't ill, he said. It's a personal experience, just, I will do it. Do it now? No. خُذُوا مَا آتَيْنَاكُمْ بِقُوَّةٍ, and remember what's in it and teach others. وَاذْكُرُوا مَا فِيهِ. اذْكُرُوا, remind yourself what's in it and remind others what's in it, so they might protect yourself from the punishment of Allah. So تَتَّقُونَ, it's protection and protection from in this life, how will you protect yourself from the punishment of Allah? When you pray and fast and go to Hajj, you guarantee you don't go to hell next life. But what will protect you in this life? How this will protect you in this life? Yeah, Salah will remind you, and you will not commit indecent acts and distasteful behavior and evil actions and things. Yeah. What else? Does it actually physically protect you? Well, I'm coming from, like, a scientific background, the science background, research and experiments, and then take 100 people who do not pray at all and take 100 people who pray 5 times a day. The difficulty in such a research is the prayer is the sincerity in the prayer, and that's not measurable. The intention and the sincerity, devotion to Allah. Was he praying, facing Allah Azza wa Jal, talking to him as if he's opposite to him, or is he thinking about lunch and train to catch, or the wife to talk to? Or so this is the problem with such a controlled experiment. In general, now today you heard the news that they claim that it's U-turn, that they allowed them to sell alcohol in the stadium in Qatar, and now they banned it. They said you cannot sell alcohol or drink in the stadium. And the Westerners up in arms. Why is that? I mean, you go to places, might not be allowed to eat or drink.
But even here, if you go to a football match in England, you're not allowed to drink alcohol. Alcohol's banned.
In the football ground?
Yeah, and in the seats, you're not allowed to drink alcohol. Only in the bars and the restaurants. Actually.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's banned.
You're allowed to buy it in the pub, not in the stadium, right?
No, you're not allowed to drink. You're not allowed to consume it actually in the stands when you're watching the game.
Yeah, in the stands.
Yeah, only inside you can drink alcohol.
But if you go to those, if you support the team outside in the open and they score a goal, and then all through the alcohol.
But inside on the stadium, are they allowed to drink alcohol?
No.
It's been banned.
Yeah, this is.
20 years ago.
So why the media lying then? I didn't know that. I didn't know.
The issue you have is when foreigners go to other lands, they think they can do whatever they want. It's like when they come to Egypt, they come there and they drink in the streets.
They know their country cannot do it now.
They break the laws there, even with the decency and the way they dress and so on, even on the beaches.
So there's a lot of lies here from the media.
Even in the UK,
the media should say it. So we do in back home. We don't allow.
I think one guy put it nicely. He said it's not banning of alcohol; it's the U-turn. They agreed it 20 years ago, and now they said they can't. So he said banning of alcohol is not going to make him say it, but it's just that U-turn and announcement so late in the day.
They didn't like the football to be in Qatar full stop. So where they made all the attempt and effort, and even they said they were cheating and they bribed and things. And so tattaqun here, obviously, I was saying today in the Friday khutbah, if you speak nicely to people, you live your life happier. If you insult people, you face the consequences. They will answer you back, they insult you back, or they make your life difficult. So for your best interest is to obey Allah Azza wa Jal and be polite, be kind, be on time, be respectful, be trustworthy, be faithful, avoid lying and cheating things. It's your own interest. So that's your taqwa will be the benefit of taqwa is you protect yourself in this life, being happier life, and you protect yourself from hellfire. May Allah Azza wa Jalla protect all of us and will not go there. So لعلكم تتقون. So the mithaq Allah took from the sons of Israel, and He will tell us more about the mithaq, this governance He took, and He will talk about the Tur, the mountain Allah erected above them. the Mount of Sinai, say here. ثم توليتم من بعد ذلك. He removed the mountain, they went back to square one. So that's the problem. We know the sons of Israel, if they are the sons of Israel in Palestine, because the Arabs signed so many treaties with them, and they broke the treaties. The treaties will be valid until the prime minister replaced by another one. You just scrap it and put it in the bin. And they make so many treaties when they are inside the war, could be fighting, make treaty, then break the treaty. And don't be surprised because they broke the treaty with Allah Azza wa Jal. Although the mountain was on top of them, when things was fine and they left the area, تَوَلَّيْتُم مِّن بَعْدِ ذَلِكَ. You turned back after that. And if it wasn't the bounty of Allah Azza wa Jal, فَضْلُ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكُمْ وَرَحْمَتُهُ لَكُنْتُم مِّنَ الْخَاسِرِينَ. Allah Azza wa Jal has a lot of bounty and favor. Allah treats us with His fadl. So fadl is beyond justice. Justice is an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, an ear for an ear. While fadl, it could be pouring gifts for you, blessing and help and whatever. And He could give you and pardon you once and twice and 10 times and 1,000 times. So, if it wasn't for the bounty of Allah Azza wa Jal and His blessing and His mercy, they would have been a true losers. They would have lost. And they would have been destroyed by Allah Azza wa Jal. Allah destroyed nations before. Allah Azza wa Jal before Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and somehow Prophet Dawood, Allah was Himself punishing the people who disobey Allah and so arrogant and challenge Allah Azza wa Jal, and Allah destroyed the whole of them from the first to the last. وَلَقَدْ عَلِمْتُمُ الَّذِينَ اعْتَدَوْا مِنْكُمْ فِي السَّبْتِ فَقُلْنَا لَهُمْ كُونُوا قِرَدَةً خَاسِئِينَ. To give the meaning of this ayah, it's the same like, when you talk about LGBT and homophobic and things. If you go and say to people that, Allah regressed or He ordered the people who disobeyed Him on Sabbath, and they became monkeys and pigs, because in another ayah, monkeys and pigs. People go up and round. I was listening to the news, I think in 1986, and when Salman Rushdie published his book and Muslims came up in arms against it, people started studying who are these Muslims. So I went and read the Quran like they did after September 11, and they came across these ayahs that you don't say that the Jew turned into pigs and monkeys and things. But luckily they were an Egyptian scholar in London. They met him, and there's two, when you go to the tafsir, and the ayah, Allah is saying, you talking to the sons of Israel now, the time of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, until the day of judgment. Because if you follow the same practice and you don't change, you're agreeing with the previous one. Unless somebody come and make a major change, otherwise you are agreeing with the first one. And I said, what happened to those who transgressed on the Sabbath, when Allah ordered them not to fish on Saturday, and they thought they would be clever and cheat Allah, and they're not taking the fish with the line. They were digging like ponds and let the fish get inside and then block the ponds. They don't allow them to go outside, and they fish them on Sunday. But that fishing, even if sometimes people fish and keep the fish alive, because they like, especially the some time of they keep them in the water in the restaurant, take them out of the water and cook them for you. Lobsters and thank you, lobsters and others. They fish them in the water. It's the same. They fish them out of their inhabitants and they cook them later, but they keep them alive. And then Allah just said to them, فَقُلْنَا لَهُمْ be monkeys and despised and rejected. Be apes, he said here, monkeys or apes. Despised and rejected, khasi'in. Now, there's nothing to stop Allah Azza wa Jal turning them into monkeys and pigs. And Allah can do all things and everything He wants. But also, the other tafsir, the other meaning, they are monkeys in behavior. They became disinhibited. They show their private parts and their back and things, and they just became disinhibited, so they are rejected by the community. And the pigs the same, have the certain awful and awkward behavior and horrible dislike to cleanliness and things. And also the pigs also known one of those who are gay. There's the pigs knows to be, have homosexual activities between them. So whether they became behaving like pigs and behaving like monkeys, both could carry the right answer. So either the whole shape changed into monkeys and pigs, but never survived, and the story that they all died. And the story is not from us, from the Jewish history, from their books. They became really, truly monkeys and pigs. And the other explanation that they became monkeys and pigs in behavior and in practices and being rejected by their own community. So this is the other side of. And this guy, the scholar in Egypt, in London, actually explained it to the BBC. And they brought it, I saw it on TV. This is not actually the physical change into monkey and pigs. It was a change of behavior. The behavior became like monkeys. And sometimes you tell your, who has toddlers? You have toddlers. You have now. Talha have a baby. 5 pigs were playing on one day, jumping on the bed, and 5 monkeys, and one fell off and broke his head. And it's for the children. Don't be like these monkeys. It's actually the children behave like monkeys in the house, jumping up and down and being on top of the cupboard, on top of how did you get there? Sometimes, and they find sometimes things hidden because they go up behind things. And so monkey behavior. And Allah Azza wa Jalla said, فَجَعَلْنَاهَا نَكَالًا لِمَا بَيْنَ يَدَيْهَا وَمَا خَلْفَهَا وَمَوْعِظَةً لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. We made this event example to their own time and to their who come after that, and a lesson to those who mindful of Allah Azza wa Jalla, God-fearing, muttaqin. So when you protect yourself from what Allah said, don't do it, you become muttaqi. Taqwa is the root of the word, and tattaqun, ittaqa, yattaqi, tattaqi, tattaqun, the verb. Ittaqi, you're talking to one. Ittaqu rabbakum, you're talking to a group. Ittaqiya, you're talking to two. Tattaqun, you have been practicing the taqwa. And here, when you practice the taqwa, become muttaqi. وَمَوْعِظَةً لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. So it will be a great reminder and a lesson to learn to the muttaqin who already practice taqwa again and again and again. Then Allah Azza wa Jal goes to the story of ordering them to slaughter a cow. And Allah Azza wa Jal He didn't tell them why He wanted them to slaughter the cow. He just wanted them to slaughter the cow, and He hit 10 stones with this. Slaughter a cow, you go and slaughter a cow. When we are told slaughter a sheep, you slaughter a sheep. Then when we were told it has to be 1 year old, 1 year old, that shouldn't be ill, because poor people are not likely to eat a diseased sheep, and has to be fully mature and fully healthy. Like the sign that he's been attacked on the head and lost his horn, or attacked that and fell and they had a cut or whatever, make it invalid. But slaughter a sheep, they slaughtered the sheep. The Muslims just go and do what they are told. But Allah Azza wa Jalla said to him, Musa, إِذْ قَالَ مُوسَى لِقَوْمِهِ إِنَّ اللَّهَ يَأْمُرُكُمْ. So, يَأْمُرُكُم is an order. You just go and do it. They don't take the order of Allah Azza wa Jalla as order. They just take, probably might change his mind, might persuade them to change it. He might. And the example, subhanAllah, not only the Jew, Musa alayhi salatu salam, he asked Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, go back to Allah Azza wa Jal, ask him to reduce the salah from 50, it's too much. Then he came with 40, and he go back and ask him. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, pray 50 times, that's it. He would go. There's a difference between the prophets. They're all great prophets, but there are differences. تِلْكَ الرُّسُلُ فَضَّلْنَا بَعْضَهُمْ عَلَى بَعْض, Allah said. The messengers, we made some different than others, some hierarchy than others. And here, they took, this is the habit of the sons of Israel, and Musa, son of Israel. But it was good for us because Musa والسلام, managed us to pray 5 times a day. Otherwise, we will be praying 50 times. Oh, I'm only 34 now. I still have 16 to go. Some people tell their children that Zuhr is 4 rak'ah before, 4 rak'ah Zuhr farad and 4 rak'ah sunnah. And he doesn't pray because he has in school a short time. I can't pray the 12 rak'ah. He doesn't pray at all. While I insist on my student, this is the fard you must do. This is the sunnah. If you are stuck, don't do it. But don't miss the fard. Don't drop the fard. Like he said, in Arafat is must. So don't drop Arafat because, it's okay, I can do Arafat tomorrow. No, you can't. It's fard. So here, إِنَّ اللَّهَ يَأْمُرُكُمْ أَن تَذْبَحُوا بَقَرَةً. That's it. That's it. They should have gone and slaughtered. First, they didn't believe Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. قَالُوا أَتَتَّخِذُنَا هُزُوًا. You're laughing at us. أَتَتَّخِذُنَا, you take us or make out of us a game. You're sarcastic toward us. You are mocking us. You are. قَالَ أَعُوذُ بِاللَّهِ أَنْ أَكُونَ مِنَ الجَّاهِلِينَ. أعوذ بالله. Allah save me from being ignorant. I wouldn't mock you. If Allah asked me, I would have to pass the order to you. So I wouldn't do it. I'm not fool. I'm just passing the order of Allah Azza wa Jalla. And they didn't take that and applied it. And قالوا ادع لنا ربك يبين لنا ما هي. That's another impoliteness. That's rudeness. ادع لنا ربك. Is he not your Lord? Ask your Lord. He's your Lord as well. ادع لنا ربنا. المسلمين ادع لنا ربنا يخفف عنا من العذاب. ادع لنا ربنا. Our Lord. The Lord of all of us. قالوا ادعوا لنا ربنا. When we met with the Christian on many occasions, he used to say, we believe in your Lord. He's our Lord. Your Lord is our Lord. Allah is our God and He's our God. So we believe in your God and our God. قالوا ادعوا لنا ربك. Rudeness. يبين لنا ما هي. They are asking him to make it difficult. They just asked him. He would have Allah talking, Azza wa Jal. If he need to know, he would have said, slaughter a cow which not too young, not too old, doesn't work on the farm, and yellow, whatever. There's a story behind it, behind the cow, because there were a man who was so pious and so close to Allah Azza wa Jalla, and so trustworthy and so and full tawakkul, full reliance on Allah Azza wa Jalla. And he had a cow, a young calf, and this young calf need a lot of care and attention and things until it grew, and he became very ill, seriously ill. And he said to the wife, and the wife they have a little boy, and he said, look, you can't look after the calf. The boy cannot look after the calf. The boy needs the calf. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to trust Allah Azza wa Jalla to look after the calf. I said, okay. And he let the cow, this little calf, go to the countryside, be alone. And he trusted Allah Azza wa Jalla to keep it until his son is able to get it. So years passed, he died, and years passed, and the son became adult, mature. And his mother said, look, your father trusted Allah to look after our cow. And our cow actually in the countryside. You just go and ask Allah Azza wa Jal to give you the cow back. You trusted with this. So Allah, He trusted with this. And it's amazing. Many stories like this. You took directly to Allah. Like the story I told about the Egyptian who was accused of killing, and then in the court he said to Allah, Allah, you were the only witness, and you said yourself, if you are asked to, tell your shahada, your witness, to become a witness, shouldn't refuse. And Allah Azza wa Jal freed them. So, and the lady who lost her house because her neighbor went to, didn't like the house, and he has his big palace, and he demolished the house. So she also took directly to Allah. Allah Azza wa Jal, I kept the house in your charge, under your care, your protection. I was in the town. Where were you? Talking to Allah. Where were you? You let this guy destroy my house. By the time she finished, Allah destroyed the whole of the mansion house. All came, collapsed on the floor. And this man, this boy, went out and he called the cow. He said, Allah Azza wa Jal, my father trusted you with the cow, and now I'm able to look after the cow. Please give me the cow. And there's wording what he said as well. And the cow came. And they said, we all saw this cow. None of us was able to come near it. Every time anyone tried to touch the cow, kick him and just go. So no one over years was able to get hold of the cow, because it's a straight cow, free for anyone. And he took the cow. So when they came, Allah made it difficult for them. The more they asked, the more He narrowed down the description of the cow. So He said, قال إنه يقول إنها بقرة فارض لا فارض ولا بكر عوان بين ذلك. Said that neither too old nor too young. It's a middle age. فَفَعَلُوا مَا تُؤْمَرُونَ. Do what you're ordered to do. You will find many of them, thousands of them. Now,
With the story behind the cow needing to be slaughtered, it's about someone was murdered.
hold on.
Right?
Allah didn't mention murder at the beginning. You shouldn't mention it. Allah didn't mention to the Jew why.
Yes.
He didn't mention to the Jew why. He said, do what you're
That's what I'm
told.
making a point about.
Yeah. Do what you're told. And then again, قالوا ادعوا لنا ربك. Call your God and ask Him to tell us what's the color of it. So he said, okay. إنه يقول, Allah says, إنها بقرة صفراء فاقع لونها تسر الناظرين. صفراء, light yellowish. He said the fawn color herein. Pure and rich in tone. فاقع لونها. It's like, fluorescent, like, shining, تسر الناظرين. People who look at the cow, they will like it. It's really beautiful. But they couldn't catch it. And then again, فَادْعُ لَنَا رَبَّكَ يُبَيِّنْ لَنَا مَا هِيَ إِنَّ الْبَقَرَةَ تَشَابَهَ عَلَيْنَا. Obviously, there's a lot of yellow cows. So he said, okay. Allah Azza wa Jalla said, but what they said this time, they said, وَإِنَّا إِنْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ لَمُهْتَدُونَ. Now they came back, oh Allah, perhaps now we could settle on a cow. But well, too late. They should have said at the beginning, and settle on a cow. قال إنه يقول إنها بقرة لا ذلول تثير الأرض. Doesn't work on the farm and doesn't water the plants, and مسلمة لا شية فيها. It's quite free from all the diseases or defects and things. And they said, أنا جئت بالحق. You're telling him now you came with the truth. Yeah, who are you to know the truth? You made it so difficult for yourself and so costly. فذبحوها, they slaughtered it, and they were about not to do it. They were just trying to run away from it. But when they came to buy the cow, how much you will sell the cow? He said, 3 dinars, but I have to ask my mom. And he asked his mom, and they settled on its weight in gold. So Allah didn't also reward him by giving him the cow back for his great father who was really a pious father, and seen the whole family, the mother and the child. Allah gave them the whole weight in gold. And just to take the tail and hit the dead guy who was killed by his cousin, and nobody want to say who killed him. وَإِذْ قَتَلْتُمْ نَفْسًا. Then he told them why he want them to slaughter the cow, because you killed a person. Why he said قَتَلْتُمْ? They are not all of them. One killed it. But Allah knew many of them know who killed the guy and never tell. They wouldn't witness. They wouldn't go and confess. Isaiah Allah said, but قتلتم, as if all of them killed that guy. فَدَّارَأْتُمْ فِيهَا, you covered it up. And you disputed about, no, he's not, he was here, he was there, and they do it in many places. And Allah wants to bring out what you have been hiding. وَاللَّهُ مُخْرِجٌ مَا كُنْتُمْ تَكْتُمُونَ. And then came what Talha said, فَقُلْنَا اضْرِبُوهُ بِبَعْضِهَا. He hit him with the tail, and Allah showed them obviously how he will bring the dead to life. That's another miracle. The sons of Israel went through hundreds, if not thousands, of miracles in front of their eyes. And they should be the most pious people, really. There were some of them are good and pious and became Muslims and things, but a lot of them did not. كذلك يحيي الموتى. This is how Allah brings dead people back to life. And he always, yes, Allah could have said, be alive, and he became. But he wants them to go through that process, test their obedience to Allah, get rid of their argumentative nature, get this guy rewarded for his cow. وَيُرِيكُمْ آيَاتِهِ, show you his signs, you might learn, you might understand. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. We'll have to move now to the topic, inshallah, and it's the continuation of Risala al-Qushayriya, and we are